What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Run My Crypto. Hopefully you guys are doing extremely well. Today we're going to talk about, this is not financial advice, but we're going to talk about Jasmy and where Jasmy is headed, especially with the future of Binance keeping it in the monitoring zone. And this is very frustrating, but we're going to look at that. We're also going to take a look at the charts. We're going to talk about what stage of the market that we're currently in, so you guys have an understanding of what your investment's doing right now and what is kind of reflecting off of the charts. Then we're going to get into the price prediction that I believe that Jasmy is now going with, everything that's going to compile. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to discuss everything in this video. I'm going to unleash all what's on my mind. So we're going to talk about that. I do have a couple bones to pick with Binance in the innovation zone or the monitoring zone, however you want to look at it. Really, truly, Hera, I need you to get off your behind and figure this out, because we're investors. We hold the cryptocurrency. We are, investors in your business. So we need some action, and we need it now, guys. So make sure you guys watch all the way through to the end. I guarantee you this is going to be the most informational video that I put out behind Jasmy, and some realistic price predictions for 2024, where we could go, especially with what's going on, guys. So make sure, again, you guys like and subscribe. Watch all the way through the end. Hit that bell notification, because now it's time to light the fire under Hera's butt. Let's get into it. This is Jasmy, but Jasmy is going to do great things, and let's go. Let's get it. All right, first things first, we need to look at Jasmy charts. So Jasmy charts have been, obviously, for the past month or a couple months, 90 days, we've had a significant uptrend in the market for Jasmy, which was very positive. We've seen the levels of Jasmy go from literally to the 0.003 to like 0.0069, maybe even hit that 7. But the problem is now, as we come to the road where we've actually, broke the uptrend and started to fall into a downtrend. So looking at some historical data on the charts, I see that, it might be mirroring this point of the charts. So where are we headed? That's the thing. But we've seen the markets, we've seen a significant pullback for many cryptocurrencies, but there have been some that have, held pretty strong. So, is Jasmy going to fall back down to the 5.5 level, 5.2, 5? I hope not. I don't want to see Jasmy go into that 4 level, 0.004, but we don't know. There's a lot of things going on. Definitely, Binance should have pulled them off of the monitoring zone, but unfortunately, it looks like, they kept them on there. I don't know why, but it is very frustrating. It's frustrating for me as an investor, because, is what's going on? Why are we at the mercy of what Binance does with Jasmy as an investment? I'm looking to Hera to, buy those back, get them out of the hands of Binance. Why are we going to stay dependent on one business, one company, one exchange, But that's just my opinion. Obviously, that may not be possible. I don't know what the case is, but I'm just like, do something about it. Why are you going to hold Jasmy tokens if, you don't care for them, or whatever the case is? Jasmy's been doing a lot, behind the scenes and getting momentum. But what Jasmy needs to do is really start getting more users involved, getting more retail investors in, and that's where I'm stressing the point, like, hey, we got to get more retail investors in Jasmy, so we could sort of gain some leverage on the market, at least by having a lot of users and investors and more participants in Jasmy as a cryptocurrency project. The utility it does work, but we don't have access to it. It's just in Japan, so it's hard for the mass adoption of users to flow into Jasmy, because obviously we don't have access to those laptops that they're selling, the decentralized laptops. And, it's just geared right now for Japan. So it leaves a gap, but we can't be reliant on that. We have to really get Binance to, shift out of that, so it could be beneficial for us as investors, as stockholders, shareholders, however you want to look at it, to be able to have that voice to say, hey, you know what, if it's not working with Binance, let's figure out how to get a portion of that back. Let's buy back something. Let's take back our leverage from allowing just Binance to, place us in an innovation zone or a monitoring zone for whatever reason. I don't know if it's to take over or to put more of sales in Japanese, investors or what the case is. I don't know. I really can't figure that out. And it's kind of hard to read between the lines. So, let's get something out of this. Let's get something out of, our voice as, investors in Jasmy coin and, push forward. And this is kind of what I had in mind, so let's take a look at my Twitter account. So essentially what I did is I went on Twitter and, I voiced my opinion. I voiced my opinion because, and it's exactly what I shared with you guys. It's like, Hera, come on. You're representing Jasmy coin and Jasmy as a project, and I get it. There's a strong, team behind Jasmy with a lot of skills, but the thing is why are we so, at the mercy of Binance? Like, let's get out of that. Let's move past that. Let's move beyond it, because I think ultimately it's reflecting with the markets. It's like, when we look at the charts, I feel like, if we weren't on the innovation zone or we weren't in that monitoring zone, I think Jasmy would acquire a lot more retail investors. But when you see Jasmy at a point where, it's in this zone, it's going to draw back a lot of people from, wanting to initiate that purchase of Jasmy coins and Jasmy tokens. So honestly, I think it's a big smudge on the project, and we need to figure out how to get past this and sort this out. There was petitions that were signed, that things happen. I mean, what's going on? We want to hear. So also, what's might be important for us as Jasmy investors is Jasmy US has posted, this is one of the ambassadors for Jasmy, that they're going to be having spaces again where they're talking about information, where they get information from Jasmy and spit it out. So I think this may be positive, but if you guys, I highly recommend, if you're on Twitter, you go to my Twitter, Run My Crypto. This is my Twitter account. Retweet this post right here, because and then, tag Jasmy US, because he's an ambassador. He could talk to Hera or, the management team. Tag Jasmy management and tag Hera, because, the more voice we get out there, you could even make your own. But it's like, as an investor, we need to get past this Binance deal, because it's really putting, some constraint on us as investors and constraint on Jasmy as a project. And I think we're seeing that in the charts. We should have already been at that 1 cent level already. I preached this all 2023 that we should have been at that 1 cent level at least by now. And we're basically, it's like we're breaking through a brick wall to try to get it. We build some huge momentum going from 0.003 to 0.6 0.069 or 7. And it's like, come on, we've made all this headway. And I feel like, this information came out that we're still in the Binance monitoring zone, and look at what the market did. It had a big drop, so, I mean, I'm not saying that's where it came from, but I'll guarantee you that it's really assisting us from not being able to catapult to that 0.01 cent level. So, it kind of really made me reevaluate, where we can go in 2024, because now we have to battle through this Binance thing. Now we have to, essentially wait till Jasmy could put out some more users and information. So I think it's going to be a little bit tougher for us to reach that dollar level. So, I did actually go in and revise some safer plays, but the way I did it was putting us in a position in case we go beyond where this target that I think that we're going to go. And I'll go over that down the road. So in the video, so, having to relook, and this is something that's important for you to do, especially as an investor, is you need to reevaluate your projects. You need to reevaluate what's going on. You need to stay ahead of the game, so you're not going to end up wrecking yourself thinking that, it's going to play out. No, we have to make sure that all the ducks are in a row. We have to make sure that everything's aligned in order to reach these milestones in prices for Jasmy. So, all right, guys, real quick before we move on, I really want to have a conversation. If you've ever questioned your portfolio, or you don't really have the confidence in understanding if you're actually invested in the right projects, and you want to look for some guidance, you want to have somebody there to who has done the work or is available to do the work for you, to research which you need to know, and then be able to send you facts and basically service you right away I have that time, I have that understanding, and I have the availability to make sure that you are invested in the right project, and that you're constantly, like, updating yourself on the project and getting the information that you need. And I do provide that service. It's through the 10X squad. So if you're interested and you guys have had, questions about, am I really invested in the right project? What other information could I look at to ensure that I'm in the right position to make some money in the bull run that's coming up? I have that availability for you. Honestly, I'm going to keep the discount that I had open for you guys, because I have about 19, 18, 17 spots left, something like that, for the $20 entrance right now a month. Now, that's literally like 4 cups of coffee in a month to sacrifice to make sure that you're in position to make some great gains in this crypto space. So the link is in the description. If you're interested and you really want to get serious about crypto, you really want to get serious about what projects you're in, and you really want to make some money in crypto, join the 10X squad. Appreciate it. I know you won't be let down. So check it out. Link is in the description. So let's get on with the video. So with everything being said, I know when we look at Jasmy, there is a lot that Jasmy has done. You cannot discredit Jasmy. If you even know just about 25% of what Jasmy has done as a project, and what kind of partnerships that they have acquired, I mean, you cannot discredit Jasmy at all. They are positioned to be really good and really great, but we need the type of adoption. Like if you look at Internet Computer, and I always use Internet Computer because their project behind technology is so great. But what I'm saying is that Internet Computer has, they're branched out, they're global, they're starting to pick up users in every area of the world. Jasmy is really focused in on Japan. I get it, because there's so much economical information going on within Japan, and they want to boost their economy and they want to take care of Japan first. I get it. It makes a lot of sense, right? If you're going to get the ball rolling, why not do it from your hometown or your home country? I get it, but we need that massive adoption. We need you guys to get out computers out globally. We need that PC software. We need to get decentralized laptops coming out our way, and we really got to push into decentralization. And then we're getting those projects that are doing that. So you cannot discredit Jasmy at all. So the behind the team is awesome, but Hera, I need you to do something about this Binance thing. It's really hurting us. But on the flip side, there's much information that Jasmy has put out. There's a lot that they have done behind the scenes. So it's a great project. There's a lot of benefit for world users to jump into Jasmy and to use Jasmy and to make some, residual income off of data democracy. Not only that, to be able to, create this data locker that you could store your data as gold and, get revenue. It's just nuts. If you really understand it, it's nuts. It's a great project. So here's kind of where we're at in the market. So I think when we look at the Wall Street, it's called the Wall Street cheat sheet, but this thing works for, literally every investment that's out there, So when I look at this is the cheat sheet. This is telling us what the psychology of a bull cycle looks like. So whenever you have, pumps in dollar, in Dixie, in Forex, crypto, stocks, whenever there's a huge bull run for every type of investment sector, this is a chart to follow, because it literally gives you a breakdown of how those cycles work. And you really can compare it to your emotions, right? So if you've been in bull run before, the emotions behind your investments, because you could get in at any point. Say you got in at the top of the bull run and it started the bear market. What it feels like as you start to go down. It's it covers all these emotions, and it's unfortunate because if you don't understand this information, or you never knew about this information, and then you could literally go back to that time where you invested at the top and saw your money just diminish into nothing, and what type of emotions that you were going through, and then let's say you invested in the bottom of the bear market, and you went through that entire consolidation period of 1.5 to 2 years, watching nothing happen, making very little money, just seeing no action, when you just literally heard, 3 months ago that cryptocurrency was the best thing to get into, is going to make billionaires, so on and so forth, because you got in at the wrong time. And you go through those emotions and you understand. But I believe that we're basically coming out of this into this area of disbelief, and we're making some headway. And I think that this first little pump that we've seen with Bitcoin and some of the other cryptocurrencies is where we're at. So if I zoom in a little bit deeper into this, I would say that this area of consolidation is what's ahead of us. So I believe that if we fall into this, this could push about 3 months, January to March. And it's a big accumulation zone, so where you want to try to accumulate on the way down, and then obviously take a little bit of profits and reaccumulate into other projects, or just continue accumulating as we get these little pumps, and then on the pullbacks start accumulating again. Puts you in position to basically stack your portfolio to put yourself in a position to make tons of money in the bull run. All right, guys, so as I cover this last portion, I really want you to understand one thing, is that I have not lost hope into Jasmy. But honestly, I know that there's a lot of people that know that Jasmy is going to go to that dollar or beyond. I know that that's a fact, but I don't want you guys to get wrecked. I don't want you guys that are believing that it's going to go to $1, because I personally think it's going to go to $1. But there are a lot of challenges now that I'm starting to fan out, but there's still room for a lot of money to be made into Jasmy, to be honest with you. I mean, it goes down to, how much you put in, where did you get in, and, what type of money that you can make. But, what I'm going to do is I put together essentially the safest play with Jasmy that you could have as an investor. Here's what I don't want you to think, is that I don't want you to think that Jasmy is going to go, to nothing or anything like that. I want you to be safe in your investment, and in turn make a significant amount of money too. So I did revise. I've always had $1 mark in my mind for Jasmy for sure, but it's starting to be questionable, because number one is we still have the lockup. We need to understand what that looks like, and until we do, this is the safest play. And I'll revise if I have to make sure that anybody in my community that's investing in Jasmy, that has bought Jasmy because I've talked about it, I want you to be safe, and I want you to make money. I don't want you to lose money, but I am going to put you in position to make some money, and also put yourself in a position that if we do go higher than this price that I put out there, you're going to potentially have money to, in that bag to go and sell if we do hit $1, or if we go to $2, or so on and so forth. But the main target we need to look at right now essentially is 32 cents, because that was the last all-time high that we seen Jasmy hit. Now, if we break that 32 cents of that all-time high, then I would know for a fact that we're going to go beyond, obviously 32 cents, and we may hit the 80 cent, the $1 mark. I believe that may be possible. But what I want to ensure is that my community, or anybody that watches my video, is going to make some money and have opportunity to sell at a larger amount if we pass that 32 cent mark. So let's go over what I put together for you guys, so you can understand some targets where you're at, and some exits that I put together for Jasmy, for you to make some money and to profit. So my recommendation before anything is to ensure that you guys take 25% of your investment that you have in Jasmy and set that aside. So just automatically, whatever you have whole in Jasmy, take 25% of that, put it aside, and act like it's not there, because essentially that's what we're going to use to catapult into beyond what I put together for you today. So remember, 25% aside before anything. Now, so what I've done is I've taken some entry targets that I believe that many of us got in, and hopefully you didn't get in way back when Jasmy was well over $1 or in that area, or even at the 50 cent 60 cent mark. But this is geared towards individuals that got into Jasmy at 0.003, or Jasmy at 0.004 or 0.005. So what I've done is I've took your entries from these levels, and basically what I did is I put together some exit targets based on what I think is going to happen right now. So I think that right now, with the current state of Jasmy and being on the Binance Innovation Zone, the monitoring zone, and then I think not understanding what the Q4 lockup is going to be, what that lockup amount is going to be, the implementation of Jasmy chain, is it going to set us a little bit back? There's too many variables that's going to basically put a constraint on us getting to that $1 And then the charts doing what they're doing is taking us a little bit backwards. So what I want to do is ensure that you guys are prepared for you that are involved in Jasmy right now. So if you got in at 0.003, 0.004, 0.005, etc., what I did is I put together some levels of target exits that I want you to look at. You know, I'm not necessarily saying, hey, do this exact thing, but I'm giving you some examples of some targets that you could look at realistically that Jasmy could probably reach, you know, in the term of 2024 without having the information of the lockup, without having information about how long Binance is going to keep Jasmy on the monitoring zone and so on. So let's look at these levels that I think you could really benefit from, especially, you know, making some huge money in cryptocurrency, and then obviously in Jasmy project, and then obviously, you know, what we could do going forward. So let's talk about if you got in and you're one of the lucky ones at 0.003. Now, what I did is, you know, put some take profits or exit levels where you could actually decide how much of a percentage you want to put in, because you got, you know, you put your 25% aside and now you have 75% of your investment left. And I put some targets that are realistic for Jasmy. So at 0.003, if you did take profit of your initial investment at 0.018, that would give you a 6x return. Then you have a take profit at 9 cents, which is a 30x return. And then at 18 cents, a 60x return. And then 27 cents would be a 90x return. So you could really maximize your profit taking if you know, put some percentages towards those numbers, do the math and see if it makes sense and what level to take some profits at that. And then just keep in mind, you still have 25% to ride it up to 32 cents or 50 or 80, whatever the case may be. You have 25% and you still made some significant gains in Jasmy. So essentially I'm gonna let this keep rolling, and you're gonna see exits from 0.003. Obviously we just talked about it, to 0.004 if you bought in at 0.004, and then if you bought in at 0.005. And again, these are just some ideas for you guys because, you know, like I said, you always have to reevaluate what you're doing, your projects, what's going on with your projects. You know, it's hard because you get emotionally attached to projects, and that's where it gets tough. But you know, what's white, you know, what's blue is blue, what's green is green, what's black is black, what's white is white. And you need to understand what's going on. Don't be foolish, you know, even because your heart's 100% in it. Unfortunately, if projects don't pan out, and again, I'm not discrediting Jasmy because I know that Jasmy is an insane project, and you know, it might take 1, 2, or you know, 2 bull runs to be able to get to those $5, you know, $8 Jasmy. And I do believe that Jasmy is going to get to that point of, you know, the $5, $6, $7 level. You know, it took other projects decades to get there, and I think Jasmy's going to get there. But you know, I really am, my whole thought process right now in thinking is about you guys, you and my community, investors that bought into Jasmy because of me. I want to make sure you guys are safe and you still have an outlet to make, you know, a decent amount of money in Jasmy. And I'll keep revising this. If I see a better opportunity for Jasmy, I'll revise these exits. But for now, based on where we're at and what we need to see in the next 3 months, if that's even possible, you know, we need to see a lot of action. I'm talking massive action for Jasmy in order for me to understand. And it could be with as simple as the lockup and what that's going to do to the market capitalization and what that's going to do to the supply. And that may catapult the price to where we need to be. And, you know, we could go from 0.005 or 0.004 to really like 0.30 cents. You know, it could happen in a matter of a day or two based on what happens with the lockup, based on what happens with Binance, based on what happens with Jasmy chain, based on what happens with cryptocurrency as a whole. But again, I'm here to keep you guys safe. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, guys. And I'm going to see you guys on the next video, guys. And I will stay updated in Jasmy because I'm a firm believer of Jasmy. And I know Jasmy will go to the moon 100%. But I'm going to make sure that anybody in my community stays safe. Much love for you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for always supporting me. I'll see you guys on the next video.